How's it going, guys? I'm Chill, and in this video we'll be going over all of the interactions between KO's suppression and every agent's abilities. Some of these interactions are pretty interesting in the way they work, but hopefully after this video you'll come away with a better understanding of how it all works. We'll start by going over the radius of KO's 0 point, or knife. Then we'll talk about some rules of thumb I came up with to help you better understand these interactions. And next we have some interesting exceptions to these rules, followed by ult interactions, and top it off with a clear list of the abilities that are affected by KO's knife versus the ones that are unaffected. Let's get into it. KO's knife has a radius of 15 meters. Any closer and you'll get tagged, any further you won't. The ult, on the other hand, has a gigantic radius of 43 meters, which, if you're playing on bind, it might as well cover the entire map. And here's a nice aerial view. Okay, let's go over the rules of thumb so we can better understand the various interactions between knife and ability. Number 1. Suppression does not work directly on abilities. Agent must be suppressed. That's pretty self-explanatory. Just don't be that guy that throws your knife at an active molly. Won't work. Number 2. If ability is autonomous, like Killjoy's turret, Cypher's trapwire, or Sova's dart, it will be disabled temporarily or remain unaffected. Astra's gravity well is a simple example of this rule. If she activates it before being suppressed, it will not be affected. Killjoy's turret will act the same way as if Killjoy leaves the range that her turret remains active. It won't shoot you, but if you leave it alone, it will become active again when the suppression effect ends. Raze's boombot is autonomous after she uses it, therefore no suppression. Cypher's trapwire becomes inactive until the suppression ends. His cam is a different story and leads us into the next rule.
Suppression. They're suppressed.
Number 3. If the ability is controlled by the agent, suppression works. This means Cypher gets kicked out of his cam and reveals itself to enemies. And info gatherers like Sova's drone and Sky's trailblazer are destroyed when these agents are suppressed. Number 4 is another interesting case and basically only applies to Omen. If suppressed while using Omen ult or Shrouded Step, the ability is not interrupted. However, Omen will be suppressed coming out of the teleport. Number 5. If Viper wasn't weird enough, she just got weirder. Suppression works on her wall and smoke after about a 4-second deactivation period. I believe there was a bug when KO first came out which would continue to deplete Viper's toxin pool even after the wall and smoke went down, but Riot seems to have fixed that. Also, her ult is unaffected, so there's that. Finally, number 6, passive abilities like healing will still work as long as they're used before being suppressed. If you tag a Phoenix who already threw down his molly or wall, he will still be able to increase his HP. Jet glide is another one. Unfortunately, you will not be able to kill a jet with fall damage as she glides annoyingly through the air. Sad. Now we have some exceptions to our rules. Raze's blast pack can still be activated by Raze as long as it's thrown before being suppressed. Yoru's gate crash will remain active, but be careful because he can still teleport after his suppression debuff ends. And both Jet Smoke and Sky Flash are unaffected in terms of controlling their flight patterns. Sky's Flash, however, will not activate.
Shutting them down. They're suppressed.
Next, let's go over some ult interactions to get a clearer idea of how they work while suppression is active. Astra's wall will still activate, and you can also throw a knife behind the wall to reveal any enemies on the other side, which is pretty useful. Killjoy's ult behaves in the same way, where it follows the rule, if autonomous, suppression has no effect.
Shutting them down. Enemy suppressed.
KO's ult still works while Suppression is active, including his increased rate of fire. No abilities though. Ray's ult gets shut down, and the duration of the knife does not allow her to pull the rocket back out, as it lasts longer than her rocket. Same with Jet knives. Again, sad for Jet mains.
Get out of my way!
Finally, I will leave you guys with these two lists of what abilities and ults are affected by Suppression and which abilities and ults are unaffected. Keep in mind I am talking about these effects after the ability is used by the enemy agent. The wording here can be a little tricky and there are exceptions as I've shown, but as long as these rules are followed, you should be able to answer the question of will this ability be suppressed or not. Alright guys, thanks for chilling with me. Before I go, I'm curious, do you think KO Suppression agent info gathering ability is too good? Leave a comment below and let me know. Seems Riot has a few plans for KO in an upcoming patch. But if you got something out of this video, likes are appreciated. Hit me with some topics you'd like me to cover in future videos. You can catch me live at twitch.tv/chill_Mickelson, where I mostly stream Valorant and talk about the game whilst trying to weather the storms of solo ranked. That's it for me, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.